Welcome back to another epic episode of Mac Music Review. Today, we're looking at an album, and asking the age-old question, is To Pimp a Butterfly a 5-star album? In other words, is To Pimp a Butterfly a 10? Because Fantano gave this a 10, along with, honestly, most music critics, right when this came out, said instant classic, instant masterpiece. On all these decade end year lists, this was like, it was number 1, or it was in the top 5 or the top 10. This is known as one of the best albums of the decade. And, we're going to be looking at it. Anthony Fantano said this was the best album of the decade. He gave it a 10. Is this album a 10? Let's hop into it. To be honest with you, every single song on this album is either great or amazing. They range from great to amazing. That is the range of songs on this album. And since there's so many songs, it would take me a really long time if I explained to you why every single song is great. I just want to be going through the tracks that I think are the very best of the best on the album. And through that, you could determine how amazing this album is just by going through how many amazing songs are on it, and just how amazing they are and why they're so amazing. That's going to be the main point of this video. So let's just hop right into it. We're taking it to the closet because my stupid family, dumb stupid family, decided today would be a good day to be outside, and they're basically all outside, so I'm here for you guys. In the closet. Anyway, where was I? That's right, we're going to be talking about how amazing this album is, starting with the first track, Wesley's Theory. Wesley's Theory is one of the best things I have ever heard in both the world of rap music and just music in general. It's an absolutely amazing sounding song. This is a jazz rap album. I don't know how much I need to tell you about the album, because, are you really watching this video if you haven't listened to it? Because, this is, the best thing ever. Come on, guys. Wesley's Theory, this whole album is jazz rap, and this is, it at its most energetic, at its most overwhelming. It's extremely just energetic and passionate and just all over the place. It just feels alive. This track feels alive. The lyrics are just impassioned. The rapping throughout this, on every single song, Kendrick's rapping is unmatched. I think he's the #1 best rapper of all time in terms of rapping and delivery, and this song is no exception. He has so much energy, and it's so infectious, and the vibe of this song and the music is just undeniably fantastic. The next song is For Free, which is this really funny song. It's the shortest song on the album, and it's really great, but, I want to focus on the very best of the best, and that comes to King Kunta. Like Wesley's Theory, King Kunta, this is perhaps the most danceable, one of the most danceable, irresistible songs I've ever heard. And irresistible by meaning it's impossible to not vibe with this song. It's impossible to not bob your head and start moving your feet. It's this song is a jam. It's such a jam, while also being extremely intelligent and being extremely smart with the lyrics. And I'm not going to try to break down the super deep meanings of the album and explain how brilliant the songwriting is on this, because everybody else has already done that, and I'm much less, honestly, this is the Kendrick album I've listened to the least. I'm more familiar, of his 3 main albums, that is, Good Kid, Mad City, this one, and Damn. But I'm honestly much more familiar with Damn and the first one, Good Kid, Mad City. I've listened to them a lot more, even though I think this is his best. Yeah, not a spoiler if you've seen my best albums of the decade. But, yeah, this song is irresistible. Like Wesley's Theory, it's impossible to not enjoy. The next song is Institutionalized. Once more, a kind of a heady, kind of weighty song. It's a lot going on in the lyrics, but it's also, easy to enjoy, and, fairly, much less easy than the songs I've talked about beforehand. Definitely the first, really, more weighty song on the album. Even so, the music is, more laid back, and it's a really good song, really great song, but I'm not going to talk about that at length, because we're only talking about the best of the best, and that brings us to These Walls. These Walls is a song all about sex. That's what the song's about, but it's about so much more. The production on this song is immaculate. Absolutely fantastic. Some of the best I've ever heard in a rap song, I would say. One of Kendrick's best songs ever. The lyrics are really deep. They're really complex. This song says a lot. Once again, other people literally click off of this video and watch the Fantana review first. Honestly, like, click off this video, hit the X button, or go to YouTube bar and search Anthony Fantana, or just search To Pimp a Butterfly review, and Anthony Fantana's video will pop up. Watch that whole thing. Read the Pitchfork review. Read articles written about this album. Read other album reviews. I'm not going to go in depth on the lyrics like these other people already have, because I have nothing. I'm honestly less knowledgeable than these other people have already talked about it. And, you know, they're going to tell you what I could tell you, but tell you much better. This is a fantastic song. This album hits one of the best streaks in all of music, one of the best 2-song streaks on every album ever made, with You and All Right both back to back. You is one of the most heartbreaking, devastating songs ever written and performed. It's one of the most angry songs ever made as well, with Kendrick just letting out everything that he has in him in this extremely aggressive, angry song. And then it transitions to the second half with like a bit of a skit in between, and it just becomes absolutely devastating and heartbreaking. It's a fantastic song. And then All Right, I think, is one of the best songs ever made, ever in the history of songs. All Right is literally one of the... Seriously, All Right is one of my all-time favorite songs. I absolutely love everything about this song. The lyrics are impossibly fantastic. The music and the rap performance on this one is amazing, especially when Kendrick goes really fast and really hard later in the song. The intro is amazing. I love the intro, one of the best things ever, and I just love this song so much. Pitchfork, I was going to transition, but Pitchfork said it was the best song of the decade, and I would have to agree with them. It's a truly amazing song. Next up are the songs For Sale and Mama. For Sale is kind of, you know, it's labeled as an interlude, but it really is a song. But there's a lot of stuff going on. It's not like, it doesn't have a concrete song structure with verse, chorus, chorus. But it's really, really great. Next is Mama, which is this kind of murky kind of music. It's this murky electronic, not a lot of electronic, but like, you know, it's jazz music throughout this album. But there is some electronic stuff going on. It's very murky. And, you know, it's really great. Then you have Hood Politics, which is the most, I think the closest this album gets to Good Kid, Mad City. It's like kind of backseat freestyle, don't kill my vibe kind of vibe on this song. It's like a battle rapper kind of look at, this is epic and I'm really cool and this is me laying out some bars. But once again, with the amazing lyricism and topics and subject matter of this album about racism and stereotypes and politics and all that kind of stuff. So all those things wrapped up in this one really, really great song. Even so, I would say these songs do not compare with How Much a Dollar Cost, which is amazing. This is, you know, To Pimp a Butter, I mean, Good Kid, Mad City was full of stories. It was a story album. And Damn is the same way. Plenty of stories on that album. Less so than on these two, than, you know, To Pimp a Butterfly and Good Kid, Mad City. But this is a story song about Kendrick's encounter with a homeless person who asks for $1. He says, I just want $1. And they take that topic to this extreme height of being super thought-provoking and super profound and super deep, and the music is fantastic, and of course the performances are fantastic, and it's a truly fantastic song. Complexion is the next song on this album. It's once more a little bit with a murkier beat. It's kind of like this murky kind of attitude and vibe, and it's kind of laid back a little bit, kind of more chill than, you know, How Much a Dollar Cost, and less heavy, I would say, less profound, but still really great song. Then you have The Blacker the Berry, which is this fantastic song about racism and stereotypes. And what's amazing about this song is the ending. And every verse he begins with, I'm the biggest hypocrite of 2015. And he's talking about the way black people have been treated and the way that black people need to overcome and smash the white man, basically. But then you get to the end, where at the end he confesses to killing someone, which is part of the narrative. I don't think he actually did kill someone, but it's part of the narrative because he grew up in gangs, he grew up in Compton, worst side of Compton and everything. But, yeah. And then he confesses to killing someone, and the whole meaning of the song changes. And I'm not going to go super in depth. I know the Needle Drop talked about the song a lot. Needless to say, I mean, I don't know if it's needless to say, but this is a truly amazing song. You Ain't Gotta Lie is a really good song. It once more has a more laid back beat. This one's like less intense. And once again, Blacker the Berry has like You has a very angry. Kendrick is mad on this song. Just not as angry as on You, but his performance is fiery, and this is a good break from that intensity with You Ain't Gotta Lie, which is a good song. Not the best on the album. Not amazing, but it is, I would say it's a great song, actually, even so. And then you have I. And I is, like King Kunta and Wesley's Theory, is an extremely upbeat song. Just super, with saying I love myself is like the chorus. But the song has this outro that's like really long, and then it's like him talking to people at a concert. Like he's on the stage like talking to all the people in the crowd, and he's trying to preach his political message. This album's extremely political. And then he transitions to like this poetry rap at the end, and it's amazing. This album, one of the best outros ever. Like, this is such a fantastic outro. It's such a great contrast to the upbeat positivity of the rest of the song. And once again, musically, this song is fantastic. This is a really, really amazing song. This album ends on the 12-minute plus Mortal Man, which musically is one of the best songs on the album. It's like I've said, with like the murky beat. This one takes that to new heights. And even though the beat is really murky and muddled, as it progresses, it gets like more and more climactic, and it just reaches this, every time he says the chorus, there's different stuff going on in the background, and then it just reaches this climax, and it's amazing. It's one of the best moments on the album, which is a really, saying a lot, because this album is jam-packed with truly amazing moments, but this is a fantastic moment in a fantastic song. And ends with this outro of him talking to Tupac. And to be honest, I've only listened to this outro part because it lasts like 8 minutes. It's really long. And I have not re-listened to the outro of this song recently. But it basically ties together the title of the album to Pimp a Butterfly, and it kind of explains the themes of the album. It's very, very important in the narrative of the album. But, you know, I was just listening to this album for the music and the review lately. I've been listening to this a lot. Anyway, I didn't, never listen to this track all the way through. But the musical part, the actual song part of this song is really, really fantastic. With all that being said, this album is a modern masterpiece. This is really, like what critics have said. Like, I'm not saying anything original. I'm not saying anything new about this album. Don't know why you're watching this video. Other people have said what I'm saying, but have said it much more eloquently. But absolutely masterful masterpiece of an album. Narratively, lyrically, musically, and in terms of performance. All absolutely top of the game. A+ performance in every single category in this album. It's absolutely a 10. This album is a 10. Here you go. 10. That's it. Boom. Screen. Put a 10 on there. Just slap a 10. Fantano, you got it right. This is... I didn't put it as the best album of the decade because it's not my personal favorite, but if you say this is the best album of the decade, I'm not going to argue with you because, yeah, if you said that, I could not disagree with you. Yeah, I could totally see you saying this is the best album of the decade, easily one of the best albums of the decade, and yes, it's a 10. Man, running the gauntlet of the Anthony Fantano 10s, in that fashion, in the next video, I'm going to review the Death Grips album, The Money Store. Man, I don't know, man. I'm not a big Death Grips fan. I can't deny that they are really consistent and they're really great, but they're just not really for me, I would say. So I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm going to give the album. Maybe an 8. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Thank you for watching the video. I don't know why you did, because thanks anyway. Have a great rest of your day.